This video I will dedicate to this video is going to be dedicated basically to the wealthy Italians. In this case, I'm going to talk about the Patrizia Lamborghini Ferrari family. I'm not going to go into Ferrari. I'm just going to use Patrizia Lamborghini. I saw some commercial on the internet about, not commercial, but about Lamborghini and Lamborghini, Ferrari. Yeah, well, it must have been one of those short, I don't know, was it a YouTube? A Lamborghini proposed. I don't have any kind of respect for these people, just so that you know. Ferruccio Lamborghini, and then you have Enzo Ferrari. Yeah, let's make cars, etc., etc. And the guy told him that he makes tractors. Probably the best would be to just show you this. It's like a commercial for the Lamborghini. Let's make cars. You know, these guys, this Lamborghini, Ferrari, and all this stuff. Story, pride, power, revenge. You can, you know what? You do this stuff yourself. I'm not interested in this stuff here. You know, you just do this stuff. You see this stuff yourself. I just said to myself right now, if I had a Patrizia Lamborghini popping up at my front door, it would not end very well. I don't want any kind of wealthy Italian people to pop up here at my place. I have absolutely no respect for these people. I heard about you know, all kinds of people, but this is like super disgusting. The pictures that I see here, they totally lost the sequence. It used to be that when I googled the last time Patrizia Lamborghini, I got these pictures right on the top of it, and that's exactly what I needed. I needed this one here, I needed this one here, I also needed this one here. This is another one I needed, and I needed this one here, and what else did I need it? Yeah, there must have been another picture somewhere. She removed that picture. That picture was with the Patrizia. Okay, Patrizia, like this. Oh, there you go. That's what I was saying. That's what I was talking about. And there is this one here. It's also gonna come handy. All right, take that one. And let me see, what else can I get here? If I can just get another one, another picture here. There is another picture where Patricia is testing a wine, and she appears to be holding some kind of it almost looks like a knife, you know. That would be just something that you use to test wine, you know, how the wine is, you know, that kind of stuff, right? So You have this one, we have this one here, we have this one. Too bad, because are they gonna show that picture or not? Okay, so the only thing I'm gonna say is like this. There is much more to this stuff. All these companies, Ferrari, Lamborghini, all this, everything, all this stuff, they were smuggling themselves through with assistance of British, Germans, Americans, right through this case. But let's leave that stuff alone. I'm not going to even go through the history. For me, the history for the Lamborghini and Ferrari, it all ended right here. I think the year was like 1988. I finished for the, or maybe 1989, I don't know. I finished for the mechanic school, something like that. And actually, no, the year was like 1986, 1987, 1988. And I have this Slovenian police, Yugo police, Serbs also, driving me to Italy to visit this girl here, Patrizia Lamborghini. The Patrizia Lamborghini, then finally I finished this school for this mechanic, and I don't even know, she's 50 years old. She's actually 3 years younger than myself. I thought she's older than myself. Even I thought that she's older than myself. And drove me to Italy, wherever the fuck this is. And I was told, well, that was 1989, etc., etc., and so they were doing everything possible to screw me up with education. And so they started with, this is going to be necessary to get married, and there's going to be a wife, etc., etc. And so I think they were looking, talking about the Serbs, I think they were looking for somebody that, yeah, this is they were using me. The UDBA people, the KGB people were using me for the foreign marriages. They would literally target foreign single ladies with a lot of money, or influential ladies, political ladies. But everything went under the pretense that it is for you. It's for you. You're gonna get married. Find you a wife. This is the way it was. This one here was also involved in it. This is another one. Whatever. I am more sensitive to this stuff here. This is what I'm extremely sensitive. She removed this. It's like a tentacle. I don't know, like a. Is it tasting? It's not really pincette. It's like some kind of, whatever the hell they call that. But it looks like a knife, really. It looks really like a knife when you look in a distance. And it's just something that you would take. It doesn't come to me right now, the name for this. A sample from the glass or whatever, or maybe from the barrel or wherever you would do. And so anyhow, I don't even know what year is it, to be honest with you. When I probably was 1989 when it was for the about 1988, I would say 1988, 1989, and well, they started to deliver me here like in 1986 for the marriage purposes. That is going to be marriage ready, you should marry, etc., etc., etc. And again, this shit went through Milan Kučan, again, Slovenian UDBA people, Belgrade. I did not like this company at all. That I would go and marry around with enemies and stuff like this. That's like, who the fuck would want to go and marry search for the bride with the people like this around you? Nobody. And so really nobody, normal not. So they knew this. They knew that I don't like them. They knew that I cannot stand them, that I cannot see them. Everybody knew it. And that did not bother these people, not even a little bit. These people had a wonderful time. These people simply had a wonderful time. They don't give a fuck about what they do with you. Everybody was in it just to get the money and move on. That's all there is to it. And so deliver me to the Italy, to this family. He said that he says he's going to get married and so on. And I was interested in. And the only thing that happened was the family, the father, mother, everybody started to fuck with me in respect to if I could possibly be the one, if I'm capable, and started to compare me with the Serbs and with Slovenian side. You know, that's about the only thing you ever need to do to finish with me. That's the only thing. That's like A, B, C in my book. That's it. That's the end of it. And that happened sometimes in 1986. I was actually really young, 14 years old kid I was, when they did this stuff to me. And when they did this stuff to me, for me it was over. This guy, he loved to fuck. He loved to... This guy was a quite violent individual. This guy, he thought that he was something really special, something really wow out of this world. He really thought about himself enormously. He was full of shit. He was full of himself. I don't believe shit about whatever these people have to say about this Lamborghini, about the Ferrari and all that stuff. Sure enough, I would not buy one. Neither of the two. They're ugly cars if you ask me. And inside of me, there is something that is just burning. Fire is burning because of the people like this, because of the scum like this. He did a very bad mistake. In 1986, I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I eventually ended up cursing him out. I told him to fuck off. I don't want to be there. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. This family, Lamborghini, both families, Lamborghini and Ferrari, they were involved in a torture since I was child. They had this fascinating cars that were of interest of Josip Broz Tito to all these people, Serbs and so on. And so they keep coming just to sniff about the stuff that was new, that anything that was out there that was of their interest. And so this guy Lamborghini, this guy was involved in a lot of violence, a lot of bad stuff. And this was like some kind of a payback for Italian government assistance to him, for absolutely everything they did for him, also through this case, that this would be the right thing. Maybe it was even recommendation from Italian president or something like that, politicians or whatever might be the case. Who the fuck knows, because there's so many people involved in this case. Anybody in Italy that had money was involved literally in this case. And so the way he mistreated me when I was 14 years old, it might have been even earlier, I don't know. He did something very bad to me, very bad stuff. And, you know, few things about me. The guy's holding a glass over there, the glass of wine, you know. To me, during MK Ultra, you better not be doing that kind of stuff, because I saw so much violence, wine and drinking and stuff like this, and violence, that I don't give a three fuck about who you are, a White House president or the King Charles or whatever the fuck it is. You don't fucking hold a bottle and a glass of wine in front of me when I'm drugged up. You don't do this. This is like you give me a signal to... I don't know, man. If I had a gun, I'd blow your fucking head off the shoulders. Just for doing stuff like this to me. These are the days of the Serbia. These are the days of the Yugoslavia. This is how I was growing up. I was growing up in the roughest possible company that can be out there. And when you start to be the same shit like those over there from Balkans and stuff like that, I'm gonna say that's not presentable. But this shit started already when I was 12 years old. This was a truly garbage. I hated this fucking place because it was out of the city to some fucking country, and every time we came there was a torture. The Serbs that would deliver over there, they would always deliver for the torture, the Slovenian side. These people were involved in Mount Everest of physical, psychological torture. The year was, years went by. These people were certain I'm never going to be anybody. Anyhow, I become a maintenance mechanic. And they started to, I don't know, they just wanted me killed. They just started to insist that you're gonna get married, we get a bride, you're gonna get married. This was the last time that this guy right there, her father, started to get heavy with me. Yeah, you get a wife, don't be like this, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. I told him, you know, I don't like you, I told him. Yeah, I told him, I don't like you, man. I told him, he said, what do you mean you don't like me? It was like first time when I was like 14 years old that I stood up for myself, and I told him, yeah, but I don't like you, I said, you know. He even talked about money and company and this and that. I said, you know, I just don't like you. I don't like you, man. I told him, I don't like you. That's all there is to it. And he became all pale and worried and so on, and it was all kinds of shit. And Italian ministers and president and la 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 la, all kinds of stuff went on. I just did not like him. Then he became deadly serious and screamed at me, angry. 97, something like this, 97, 98, probably 97. And this shit did not stop. It did not stop with me. I told him, I just don't like you, period. And but you will, but so on, but this is a girl, and so on, you know. And then they threw this girl in the picture, his daughter in the picture, and the girl was nothing special, to be honest with you. I've seen so many girls so much better looking than she is, to just put it plain and simple. So many women was involved in this stuff that were really beautiful. Women that I liked, and this, she had absolutely nothing that I would like. She was just what I would rate as an average girl. You understand? This is just an average girl. That's all there is to it. And so, but that she is interested in me, etc., etc., etc. And you know, I said, it was 97, 98 when I said to her, okay, 1988. You understand? 1988. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. 1987 and 1988. And I said to her, you know what? I told her like this. I told her like this. Let it be. I told her like this. Let it be. In respect to her father. She was like, we're gonna make it up and so on, etc. I said, I told her, let it be. Let it be, okay. We will try one more time. She said, like, we're gonna try one more time. I said, okay, we're gonna try one more time. We're gonna try one more time. And so we tried one more time, you know. And the way we tried one more time is, well, it was a very, very demanding love. The love was extremely, extremely demanding. And then this shit dragged onto all the way to nothing happened. In 1988, wasted, 1989, wasted, 1990, something like that, wasted. And in the end, I become a mechanical engineering technician, 2 more years. It's 1991. And again, I find myself in this kind of situation like this, with first delivering me on a picture between 1989, between 1991, but I think it was closer to 1991. Let's say it was 1990 or something like this, or 1989. Okay. And she said to me that I was delivered over there, and she said to me, I hear that you like good sporty cars and so on, that you like good-looking cars. Demonstrate me some cars, sporty cars. And say, yeah, sure I do. I do like good-looking cars. I do like that. And she said to me, okay, so then I'm the right one for you, she said. And I said, really? I said, okay, what do you mean by this? She said, you see this? This can be all yours. And I said to her, what do you mean by this, that this can be all mine? And she said, we said about the sporty cars and so on. You ever heard about the Lamborghini? I said, yeah, of course I did. And she said to me, well, all this can be yours. And I said, what do you mean all this can be mine? I said to her, I look at the fucking field, and the field is just like on the picture. There is no fucking end of this field. That means they knew exactly what they were doing. I mean, ample fucking field that it felt like a big fucking lake without... They did not even give me the ability to see the whole fucking thing, how big it was. It was giant. Borut Pahor was here, Gregor Golobic was here, Robert Golob, Milan Kuchan, they were all coming to this place. And I'm looking at this beast, this field. It's fucking enormous. I have never seen field as big as this. In Slovenia, we don't have fields big like this. They're small. And I'm looking at this beast, and I said to myself, I said, oh, wait a minute. I said, you said Lamborghini. I said Lamborghini. You said that you're making Lamborghini, right? That you're Lamborghini. He said, yes, this is what we do. He said, you do what? Obviously farming, right? Farming is what we do. And then what she does is, she delivers me this beast on the picture, like this. This tractor. Yeah, this one here. This is what the fuck we do. This one. And I say, what do you mean by this? Lamborghini. And she said, yeah, this is what we do. We do tractors. And I look at that tractor, and what I said to myself, this is again, they're pulling me for the nose, you know. You know what I mean? They're pulling me for the nose. Again, some kind of MK Ultra scenario. They're fucking me around with what you see right there is a Lamborghini, right? So that did not look to me like Lamborghini. Now she's having a good time. Obviously, that was meant for one day for me to read about the Lamborghini, about all this, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, you know what, I'm not interested in that stuff. I'm not interested in this proposition. Why was it I not interested? I was not interested because do you see the field here? Do you see the field? I'm a person that even during MK Ultra, if somebody offered something, right? I mean, if I was not capable to fulfill that stuff, I would not be interested in. And so when she showed me this field, right? The only thing I saw it is average girl and a big fucking place. A lot of fucking work right there. They said to me, this is all yours. This is going to be all yours. You and I are going to work, and for better or worse, etc., etc. I said to myself, this girl is out of her fucking mind. I didn't even understand. Was this for fucking real or joke or? One thing I did know about. I very, very intelligently come to conclusion that before I'm with this machine that you see right there, with this tractor, my God, it fucking looks worse than the one we have in Slovenia. Seriously. before I'm gonna make it from one end of the field to the other end is gonna be probably, who the fuck knows, maybe it takes 1 hour, maybe 2 hours with tractor like this to just go from one end to the other. And then you turn around, and at the end of the day, when you add everything, you sit on a tractor and you drive back and forth like cretin with a lot of noise. Now, I didn't go into school for no reason. You know, I did go into school to have something out of my life. I'm going to say improvement, but yeah, this was the idea. The idea was to escape from low-paid jobs and physically demanding jobs into something that would give me at least a beginning so that I could continue maybe later with something else. Okay? And so when I look at this stuff here, this is for the farming. It came to me, obviously, this is for the people with the grammar school or not even grammar school that sit on the tractor and drive back and forth all fucking day. But I tell you what, because this was extremely, extremely tempting offer. An average Italian girl with a farm. What got me really is that she stated it's going to be you and I, the two of us are going to be working. All her parents, both mom and her and everybody, was gone of the picture for the moment. And you know what? I gave the second thought about it. And I said to her, Patricia, okay, we will do this stuff. I will do it. And she said, you will do it. Yes, I said, I will do it. And she did not allow me to finish the way I wanted to explain to her how we're going to do it. I like the part when she said, you and I are going to do this. You and I are going to work together. This is the part that I liked. I figure out that I can adjust myself to her. You know, the sexual appeal, etc., that all depends on, you know, in the eye of beholder, I figure out, and the girl is quite attractive. She's not obese, she's not whatever, she is very positive. She is, more important than anything, she's willing to work with me. So I said to myself, I said to her, Patricia, we will do this. I will do it with you. I will do it for you, and I will do it with you. This is the way it is. And the only thing that happened was she fucking disappeared of the picture. And all of a sudden, I found myself on the field with the workers that work on this farm. And this is the thing I had not planned on. This is where she lost me completely. I turned around and I saw males, I saw people working on the field, and I recall the tractor over there. That was this tractor. And when I added these numbers together, the only thing that popped up in my mind was that I will end up as a hard-working man on the field that is going to be around other males. They're going to pose me a competition, and what I will do is I will end up doing some crazy labor job work with Patricia. I have not even seen her anywhere in the picture anymore. Basically, maybe greeting me once a day or something like this to say hello, honey, and good night. And guess what? I changed my mind when I saw this stuff, and there was another stuff. They started to humiliate me. They started to see me in a humiliating way. They started to humiliate me. It was humiliating experience to a degree that I decided I no longer want to be on the picture. I told them I want to go. And yeah, this was the last time. This was pretty much the end for me. What is the name of this guy? Patrizia. What is it now? Lamborghini. Lamborghini founder, Ferruccio, this one here. He disappeared the picture in 1993, and the reason he tells me he disappears of the picture is because I did not like him. This is just the way it is. The thing is that I really, how can I say, this shit, this last one, it changed him profoundly. But this was the last one he pulled. This was fucking it. The last one he did was the one in 1991. Then Patricia and all this stuff, it would be all gone. It, like a pale memory. It became evident. She actually posed to me all the way to 1995, even suggesting me that the father is no longer in the picture and stuff like this, that we can do and so on. And the thing is that I was just not in the picture anymore. I am like this, you know, I'm like this. This guy here, this Ferruccio Lamborghini, this guy, yeah, I like him. I don't even, when I look at him like this, I don't mind him, etc., etc. But when you drugged up, when you thrown on MK Ultra, it's a completely different world. You know what I mean? It's a totally different world. You know, if you did not tested something, you know, you should not be doing stuff that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. There's something wrong with you. You do the stuff that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, but this is basically the story about the Lamborghini. I didn't want to be, yeah, they cursed me out, and it was all kinds of stuff, including death threats, and that I screw her and in the head, and she tried very hard and so on. She still tried very hard, but the impression these people have made is literally go after my human dignity, you know. Go after my human dignity to hurt me, to hurt my feelings, stuff that I actually need in Yugoslavia, in what became independent Slovenia. You know, the guys stuff I was talking on the blog, and you go to fuck my self-confidence in absolutely every possible way. You're looking for the man that is with the self-confidence, that is smart, that you fucking me up on every possible way, beyond anything imaginable. This was it for the Italy too. And this is where we stop with the Italy. All the stuff that when the Italy and so on, this went so far with this stuff that this was some kind of minister, Italian minister or Italian president, I don't know which one it was, who insisted on this kind of relationship, which was absolutely just a corruption. It was just the way for these people to make money. Well, today I can say that, proudly so I can say that, these people literally got themselves interesting, because I see that they Patricia, no, shit, really, but I did video record it about oh no. Alright, let's get this. Can we get some of that? No? I did video record it somewhere, this stuff. I did. shit, man. This is just a more matter technical stuff of when the hell I did that stuff. But I did at the end, Patricia, sometimes in 2000, maybe something like that. She called the whole thing off. She was she started to get heartbroken. Apparently, this is what I understand, the Italian politicians started to cry me that I broke her heart, and I don't know what the fuck happened. And yeah, this is the way it is with me. This is the story. This is the way it is. I don't know how much her father had caused problems to her, but it appears to me that she blamed him for the stuff. In the end, she felt so sorry for me that they tortured me enormously. She found a way to I was tortured even more. It's just Italian amore, you know. If I cannot get you, I will kill you, basically. This is the way it works, I guess. I don't know. They're not very much interested that if you cannot have somebody or whatever, you still want to go and help or something like that. This is not the way it works. It's all vendetta, you know. She continued to collect through corruption, violence went on, and sometimes in 2000 she makes the famous picture, at least in my head. Finally, it doesn't matter when this picture was posted online, you know what I mean? This does not matter when this picture was posted online. It doesn't matter. These pictures were exactly sequenced in a timely manner, the way I explained in this video. Here you can see something, 2002, etc., etc., etc. Well, this is the thing. You don't. Everybody knew that I'm ultra abstinent. Everybody knew that I was into sports. That I did not want to have absolutely nothing to do with wine, with the alcohol, etc., etc. You know, this, everybody knew about this stuff, and there are certain things you didn't have to do when I was drugged up that you would not see me anymore. It is one thing that I deeply, deeply disliked. That's basically sipping the wine and you know. Nothing more than during the MK Ultra, in, you know, posing in front of me with the wine or even drunk and so on. This is just not the stuff that you want to do in front of me. Simple as this. I don't have this kind of the picture of her. Oh, there it is. There it is. Is it? I'm not even sure. It's like a wine tester. Let me see if I can get this one here, because that's the only thing I want to get. So the last thing she did is she provided like let it be, I let you get away with it, and that was sometimes in 2000, 2001, something like that. She provided with this wine testing. Yeah, where the hell is this? Now they're gonna show me this picture. Okay, let's just how many? Let me see this here. How many is this here? Oh, it should be okay. It should be 950 by something like that. It should not be such a big of a deal that we could not possibly see this stuff here. We get to see this stuff here. How the hell not? Okay, so we're gonna save this one here. You cannot save. Please choose another location. Yeah, okay, no problem. We're gonna try to do it here. And let's just, yeah, there you go. You see the way she is testing this stuff, the wine, and the way she holds this stuff. It looks like a knife, right, and stuff like that. She was a little bit crazy. She was doing this kind of stuff. but it was other violent stuff that they were doing, not only this. And I did spoke to you about the trauma, how they do this stuff, right? So usually when somebody would order the torture and so on, in order to obtain the pictures like innocent and funny or whatever, that would be the last person that you would see during these torture sessions. And so this was more meant like an excuse. I think it was like really in 2002, something like that, when it became clearly, after I rejected her again, that I don't want to have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with her, etc., etc. Is basically when she provided for me what otherwise you would, many guys maybe would consider this like some sort of assistance, you know. I could say, oh, I was scared and so on and so forth. I am not going to be saying any of that kind of stuff. It's just that, oh well, the more money that these people have, no, I don't think she was sincere about absolutely anything. I don't believe that she was sincere about absolutely anything at all. I simply do not believe about absolutely anything. How can I say? I would never even marry, you know, the stuff that I stated earlier, that this kind of stuff, when I told her, okay, Patricia, we will do this. Yeah? When I said to her, Patricia, we will do this, you got to understand that I made an enormous obligation. You know, the obligation was such that she said, you're going to help me run this, you're going to be with me and so on, and you and I, it's going to be you and I, etc., you know. And I make enormous obligation. I calculated in my head how this is going to look like. And I can tell you that she and I, it's not going to look pretty. I figure out I'm going to be working from sunrise to the sundown till I'm gonna fucking drop dead every fucking day. But if the girl likes me so much, I figure out, I look at her and I said to myself, you know what, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. She looks good. We can do this. I really figure out we can do it. If I procalculated during MK Ultra that I can do it with you, or that we can do it, whatever, I did this for whatever reason, but for everything I figure out, only if I was willing to do something, if I was willing to commit myself to. And she just simply destroyed, she just simply broke a lot of dreams. And that kind of stuff, I figure out, I have seen here in Slovenia with this Serbian garbage here from Novo Mesto, this Črtalić people. The more money they had, the way they treated people, the way they viewed the people and so on, is just that I didn't feel comfortable around these people, simply because I figure out that I'm worth it more than that. I figure out that if I go to another country, that eventually the world of opportunities work through the work, you know, in a factory or wherever, it's going to open me the land of opportunities. Simply that I don't need this kind of stuff. I don't need to be seen in a, you know, in a wealthy family, like some kind of a ship that came out of nowhere and is now basically stealing the place from what it would be somebody else out there. And all I gotta say is, based on what I stated to you here in this video, that I'm extremely pleased that I was not the one that settled, that landed on in absolutely any kind of opportunity when it comes to Italy. I am just simply extremely pleased with myself that God did not allow me to land absolutely anywhere in any foreign country. I'm going to put it this way. I don't even regret. I don't have absolutely any kind of regrets in respect to the United States of America. I have absolutely no regrets. I am absolutely fulfilled because of videos I created were even proof that the people were even saying that, like my roommate, that I'm disgraced for America, that I shouldn't be inside of the United States of America and stuff like this. That I was blamed for absolutely everything in this world. I mean, this is just simply, it makes me extremely pleased that when it comes to the United States of America, that I did not stay in the United States of America. Today, as crazy it might seem to you, I truly thank God that I see that it was God that it would not allow me to stay inside of the United States of America. You know? I feel that knowing my character, knowing how much I was hurt in life, knowing how much they did bad stuff to me, when I consider all this stuff, I simply I have to thank God for it. I have to thank God for my character, for, you know, simply disallowing somebody to continue to build and, you know, to hurt person. These people involved in MK Ultra, these rich people, these are like the bullies, like typical bullies that your class would have, like by the system selected bully that goes around and does harm, and he always has a backup of, I don't know, 10, 20 children or something like that, in case that somebody would go after him or whatever, you know. And in this case with these wealthy people, this is the same thing. These people don't feel anything. They have no feelings. They don't absolutely feel absolutely anything. I mean, this is proven from my case that these people involved in MK Ultra, they absolutely have no fucking feelings whatsoever. Whether that be China or that be United States or whatever fucking country out there would be. And you know what? It makes me feel good. It makes me proud about myself. I will only wear whatever I can purchase. I will only take whatever I can earn. I will only look and consider whatever is suitable for me. I never was interested in Ferrari. I never was interested in Lamborghini. I never was interested in any kind of expensive cars. I was actually even buying myself used cars. I was always very economical, and I was always happy with whatever, as little as I had, I owned. And I never ever envied anybody absolutely anything. So right now there's a picture in front of you with this girl. I don't even looking at her when I talk to you about this stuff. It's disgusting. It's actually really disgusting. Patricia she continued to follow up with me. It's the case. It appears to me that would completely deprive her of the peace. It seems to me like she didn't find peace no more about this stuff afterwards. I don't know what happened to her. I would still see her occasionally, and it appears that she gave a second thought about it. I don't know, she even looks better over there. The older she gets, she looks better. It's not so bad looking after all, you know. She was just simply involved with her family, mom, and so on. This was just a crime story. They just got involved in more and more and more violent stuff. Then this girl popped up on the picture. I became known as totally not interested in Ferrari and totally not interested in Lamborghini families. till this one popped up on the picture. And when this one popped up on the picture, she popped up as an extremely young girl. This is a young girl. I was in extremely, she is posing as a 23 years old. I was in extremely bad mental state when she popped up on the picture. I was in extremely poor mental state. I expressed interest in her, and that appears have this is how they played. They played like this because it was like relief, like, oh, finally somebody that that we are worthy to be seen in your eyes, like in that sense. You know what I mean? That's why I said at the beginning of this video, don't come anywhere near this house. Don't come anywhere. It's okay where you are at. You stay where the fuck you are. None of you is any of my material. And this isn't about me. This is about the way you live, about who you are. This isn't about me. And based on this video, you're extremely trashy people. Yes, you have the money, you have the wealth, and you have the fame. But honestly, I would not want to spend next to either one of you, not one single fucking day, not even one single hour, or not even 10 minutes, because there is really nothing to tell to one another. It is just as simple. She posed, I saw the picture with some kind of, she flattered me and so on. Well, this is the thing. This is the way it is. This is just the way I explain about this stuff. Extremely disappointing when it comes to Italian people. And one of the most disappointing people when it comes to Italy would be Spanish King. This one here, Juan Carlos. This is probably the biggest disappointment there was. I don't know whether Italian people like drama or I don't know, but there's one thing for sure. They like scumbaggery. They like it. They like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people, but I feel that they feel good about doing something dirty. I think it's like a matter of the culture to do something to you behind your back, and it makes them feel good. It's just completely different culture that this is just a completely different culture. Alright? It's like completely out of this world culture. It's a different world. I'm not gonna say that we do it different. I'm not gonna say the people in Slovenia are different. It's all kinds of garbage. It's people that will give you a job and they're not gonna pay you. They're gonna fucking exploit you. Fuck you in the end. There was a lot of money stolen from me right here in Slovenia by Slovenian people. Employers, extremely bad people. I don't consider myself as a Slovenian. I told you about this stuff. I just see this as extremely opportunistic. I see this as a people that are just without any conscience, basically people that they see themselves maybe as a business people, they see themselves maybe as a politicians, etc., etc. But I'll be fucking damned if I could do the stuff to a 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old,
7 years old child and fuck him up around like this, I'd be fucking damned if I could possibly do that. If you can do this to a child, almost a baby, then you can do anything in this world. You can go and you can kill your mama and your papa, and you can do anything in this world because you have no spine, because you have no fucking character. You're fucking nobody. And that's basically all that is. That's why I said, I don't give a three fuck about who you are. I've seen this garbage throughout Italy, this wealthy people, rich people, all kinds of people. And to tell you the truth, it's the same shit in Germany. And it's the same shit, it was the same shit in Britain and so on. I don't know whether they did this for the solidarity of one another, but, you know, this, for me, personally, maybe this is even the way they have to do the wealthy people. Maybe this is how, maybe this is what they need. Maybe that's what they need for them to feel good about themselves. Maybe, I don't understand what it is, but none of you is welcome at my place. I'm going to put it this way. You understand? None of you is ever welcome to approach me ever again. It is just as simple. It doesn't concern this elites, this royal elites only, but when it comes to this Lamborghini, Ferrari and all this stuff, I'm not impressed with it. I'm not impressed with any of you. I don't see myself in any of this stuff for obvious reasons. This one here was nice. The wife from Juan Carlos, this beautiful wife, she was really, really very nice. But I think that she was nice because he fucked her, because he cheated on her. She was heartbroken. And so she was really, really nice. And I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This is just the way they do this stuff, and you know, this is just the way, their way of doing this stuff. Maybe this is correct. Maybe this is the way it is. Maybe this is the way it should be. I don't know. To me, this is just not the way it is. This is disgusting. For me, this is disgusting. And it's not because this would be me, I, or whatever, but, now, how often do you see a child that is 4 or 5 years old and he comes from whatever country and he is proving himself to you and to his mentor that he is committed to his people so much that he loses a conscience due to exhaustion, basically. That he falls apart right there in front of you because of the lengthy MK Ultra session he's subjected to, mistreatment, and simply because of the physical overwhelming, because of the lengthy hours that he spends with you. Watch children even developing arrhythmia and all kinds of problems. Because I was not the only child. Josip Broz Tito stated, you already did to me this with the 2 other children. And those 2 other children that Josip Broz Tito was talking about, they did talk to me about this stuff. They had a serious heart problems. You don't see this very often. And this is really not, you know, this is just simply, this is not a gladiatorism. You're talking about fucking almost babies, children, super underage children doing stuff like this. And so what kind of adult are you? I mean, you didn't go through any of this stuff. And so because you have a royal title, you believe, you actually feel that this is entertaining, that this is the right thing for you to do, stuff like this. Well, then have it your way. I mean, that's all I gotta say. They always made it feel like, and then you're not gonna have this, and then I will not do that to you, for you, and etc., etc., etc. The thing is that with the people like this, you can only lose one thing. You can lose life. There is nothing to gain. There is nothing that can be really yours when it comes to the people like this. This is what everybody should understand. The people, when it comes to regrets concerning the people like this, where it becomes clear that you dealt with a scumbaggery.
I was already gonna finish this stuff. I was gonna call this off, and damn it, I cannot even finish this stuff here. I don't like this picture because I don't want to portray her with this stuff here. It really was other stuff that this was just climax of her stupidity, just to put it this way. It's like this. Very, very sad pictures, really, really sad pictures. A tremendously big smile and so on, and truly, truly, truly very, very sad pictures. I'm gonna put it this way, really. You are doing this to the poorest person in the world. I don't know if you even realize that what kind of stuff I have gone through to finish this to the high school equivalent stuff so that I could survive in this world, and break me spine and screw me up, and at age 23 I escaped from this fucking Slovenian shithole, and I did so through the work on a celebrity cruise line on a Meridian ship, where I literally worked 20 hours a day. 20 fucking hours a day. I don't know if I got sleep 3 hours a day when I work on the ship, on the cruise line ship, just so I could pay the bills, because I sold the car here, I sold everything. Literally on the other side of the world to United States of America from Slovenia without nothing. And having so wealthy, being in a situation like this, that you actually have to go and you just have to do the stuff like this. You really, really, really needed the cases that applied to the poor people, where you delivered me to curse the poor people, all kinds of people, based on torture that you people, elites involved in this stuff, that you needed all kinds of people to present me to the world as the ultimate evil. It becomes very, very evident to me why you are doing this stuff to me. Just truly, truly, truly incredible story about this British royals, about this Prince Charles Windsor, Prince Harry, what became Prince Harry, Prince William, the two sons. Horror. In a real sense of the word, horror. What the fuck goes on in these elites? What truly goes on in their private circles? I feel totally, totally fortunate, and I would say to anybody, don't ever get yourself into, it doesn't matter how poor you are, don't ever get yourself into, money is not everything in the world. Money is good, money is important, everything is important, but don't ever get yourself into, I don't think there is anything worse in this world than a family member that whose behavior you cannot correct, that is your spouse, that is your spouse, or that is your son. You can work on your mother, you can work on your father, even if they don't want to listen to you. But when it comes to your son, when it comes to your daughter, and especially when it comes to your husband or when it comes to your wife, if things go wrong, God forbid, this is the worst thing that can happen to you in your life. My God, the day you will die if that happens to you, it's going to be your luckiest fucking day. That means that your life truly was hell on earth. So that's all the fuck I'm saying. It's a good lesson and a good reminder of, you know, just another puzzle, another piece of this MK Ultra. Very, very, very bad stuff. Very bad stuff. I've gone through her father was, so just so somebody's not gonna say that I don't identify. I totally identify him. I totally identify him. I'm gonna have to add this clip to it. Where the hell is I have to find the Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini, you know, he had workers over there, older people, older workers, you know, and those workers were extremely violent, and he always acted like a very nice guy when I was a child, you know. All through, he was the one who was behind the torture. It became clear that the one who sponsored the torture on that funny farm at his place, he was the one who powered the torture. He was the real evil. Yet in front of me, he always played like a nice guy, you know. So it's the word that he loved, nothing more than that. It's called molestation. Molestation. This here, this second part, this here. They were addicted to. They were just something they just couldn't, you know, they simply could not resist. They simply could not resist. It was like a fucking magnet, you know. Just people who do the stuff like this never have any kind of good intentions. They never have any kind of good intentions. This is just the way it is. And I'm gonna say to Patricia, I will say to you, this is looking very good. I just hope that you're gonna find some guy and that he's gonna make you happy. There is actually, this is a really sad stuff, but I hope he's gonna have a happy story. I hope that she's gonna find the right guy, and that's gonna be. And I'm not saying this because of pity for her or anything like this, but I don't even know. I don't even know how to view this stuff as. I don't understand any of it. I would definitely don't want to be. She was making a fun out of me, Patricia. Oh, this is the picture. She was making a fun out of me because I was talking to her about how bad the alcohol is, and she was the one who suggested me about my kidneys, about the stuff they're doing to you. Basically, she made a point that my kidneys are getting worse than those of the alcoholics and so on. She made a point about this stuff. She was making the point that the stuff, the way I am, what they're doing to me is actually worse than if I would be total alcoholic. No, for sure it's kidneys. Stuff they were doing to me is just incredible. When they threw me inside of the psychiatric hospital, it's a regretful stuff. She felt like victorious about it. No? That's crazy. That's totally crazy. I would just not want to be a person that would be, you know, guilty for her misfortune. Because these Italian people are full of tragedy. They're full of fucking drama, you know. They'll go and fucking dramatize and do all kinds of stuff to pose with, convince you that you are, you know, that is because of you, etc., 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 etc. No, seriously, this is just a culture that is fucked up, to put it plain and simple.
they don't move on and do the stuff, but they'll go and they'll fucking aggravate and make the situation even more dramatic, etc., 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 for no fucking reason. She should have fucking married somebody already long time ago and have kids, etc., 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 and I don't know what the fuck she was doing. And now, consequently, it looks like that she's still single, guys. So there is a lady right there that is available. Instead of buying yourself those Ferraris, why don't you go and work a little bit with potato, I should say, with the wine, grapes, etc., etc. I don't know. You gotta believe in something. You gotta do something in this life. I don't take the only picture I don't take any offense, and that's the only picture that I don't take the offense is this one here. Okay, this is the picture here I am not offended with. Okay, yeah, it's totally understandable that she's young and she wanted to have fun. Totally understandable. Everything good, really. The only picture I don't take no offense is this one here. This is a normal picture of the young lady that just wanted to have fun in a little, very crazy way, actually. To her, however, this stuff was entertaining. It was fun, but I would not want her to get screwed up because of this picture. It is just as simple as this, because it's just she's just more, how can I say, expressive, you know, than other kids. Other kids like these British scumbags are more tactical about it, more backstabbing, more treacherous, more disgusting. She's just very open, way too open here with this kind of stuff. It's not a good picture. I mean, it's not a smart picture when you're in this kind of circumstances. Not very smart picture to pose with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But I absolutely take no offense about that picture. Maybe some guy out there, she did have some guy. It was some kind of a blonde guy that he was interested at one point in time, that she was interested in. It was something that went on. That goes back in time. That goes to around 2005, something like that, 2004. She came up and that she's now happy that she has a guy, and he was some blonde, semi-blonde guy, and that's it, that if she found the guy, etc., etc., and I'm out, and so on, and I don't know what. It was like this. If you're interested in a little bit better than Lamborghini, if you're interested in something more than Lamborghini, then probably this would be a good call. She is now in 50s and you're not gonna have much time. You don't actually have much time left. So if you're a guy interested in, probably she's a good match. I'm gonna even give her a recommendation because of this picture here. But she was involved in a lot of bad stuff after all. This is the most innocent picture in her case. Okay. I'm not really the guy who is looking for excuses. I'm not really doing that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I don't need no excuses. Fuck that. This picture here, this is what angers me the most. This stuff here. This is very bad one. That's a very bad picture. That picture really sucks. She learned the lesson. She definitely learned the lesson. She definitely knows what she's looking for. And yeah, if you you know, watch yourself out there, whoever you are. You don't also you got to be careful with her too. I don't have anything else to say. You know, from what I recall, Patrizia Lamborghini was an accountant. She graduated her university, and she was a bookkeeper, accountant for her father. She learned everything about bookkeeping and stuff like this, all about this farming, absolutely everything, the whole thing. You see, and this is the thing, I did not imagine this was yet another, I remember when she graduated and stuff like that, this was yet another bad stuff. This was yet another very bad episode. When she graduated, when she got her degree, when she got her diploma, she was just like all other kids, wealthy, rich kids. All of a sudden, she got her university degree, she graduated, and all of a sudden you have a young lady that was right there in front of you, and all of a sudden you were nobody. This happened with all these rich girls, with every one of them. All of a sudden they grew up all the way up to the sky, and all of a sudden they felt like they have the whole world in their hands. I was also guilty for the death of her father, which was a very, very bad one. Her mom blamed me and even cried in front of me and stuff like that. I never forgot that stuff. I really had nothing to do with it. So I think she learned her lesson. I think that over the course of the years she got a little smarter. But really, in my case, yeah, this picture is really, really bad picture. I don't think she ever learned anything. But, you know, all the rich people are like this. You know, they just live their lives like this. I don't know. She definitely knows what she's looking for when it comes to a potential mate. But whoever you are, if you're interested in her, you should also know exactly what you are looking for, because yeah, maybe you can learn something from this video. You know, you can maybe learn something from this video. Not because, but because of yourself. Simply because of yourself, really. This is what you are in this world. You're in this world because of yourself. You know, people, it became evident to me, they have all the money, they have the stuff, and really the truth is, when it comes to these people, I don't even know whether she's really single or she's not really single, or if she has a children on the side and husband on the side. When it comes to the rich people, they might even pose as a single people, and on the side they might have families, children, for whom they just don't want the world to know about. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's just different world, different stuff. That's all the hell I'm saying.